What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Showtime Minds 9, and I'm back with another stream. Look, what you gotta understand is God puts things on you, but only puts things on you for you to handle. Let me say that again, because I didn't say that right. God puts things on you that you can handle. If you've been given uh, uh, a cone in your life that you feel like it's hard to get through, God has made it a way for you to get through that. Let me say that again. If you got a cone in your life that has been placed in your life, God has made a way for you to get through that. This cone that's getting placed in your life is placed in your life to give you wisdom, to give you knowledge, to make you a better leader. You know, a lot of things happen in your life for good reasons. You know, not to not to say that you know you don't have emotions. You're not supposed to feel bad about your situation. But with every bad ending, a good beginning opens up. With every bad ending, a new beginning opens up. A lot of y'all might be having a lot of different things. You know, a lot of different cones get placed in people's lives. You know, it's a lot of different ones. You might think that nobody understands you. You know, you might feel like the world is going on without you, and things are changing. Let me tell you something, King. Embrace that new beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need to change who you are to become something greater, become the greater version of yourself, it's not all about materialistic things. It's not all about fancy cars. Become a richer spirit, that's where it's really at. You know what I mean? Where you don't gotta have the flashy vehicle. You don't gotta have the flashy shoes. Yes, we like to get fresh. Yes, we like to get fly. But does that make us who we are? Does that make us the person we be? Nah, screw all that. You know what I mean? You gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this. This is my life, and I'm gonna take full charge of it. I'm gonna take full responsibility for every action and every step I take. What what is the thing that is holding me back? What is the thing that I keep doing that I won't go forward? It's okay to not be perfect, King. You're not gonna have everything together. Even when it comes to your money, you think you want to be rich? Okay, you know what I mean. You think that you're always gonna have it together? Okay, you know what I mean. Rich people go through problems too. That's the fakest thing that they said on the internet. They show this fancy 5-star, never have a problem ass life, and then when you meet them in person, you start to realize they got cones just like you. We all got cones. We all got flaws. Me, I embrace it. I embrace my flaws. No, I don't always have the most money in my pocket. No, I don't always have it. But you know what? There's gonna be a day where we're gonna be financially free. There's gonna be a day where spending money and going on trips and traveling the world is normal. It's gonna feel like I didn't even go through it. You got to say it now in the present moment. Never speak about what you don't have. I never was taught. I never had my pops in my life. I never had somebody to guide me how to be a man. I had to teach myself to be a man. You know what I mean? That's the one thing about life. You know what I mean? Like life is what you make it. You know what I mean? It's either you gonna use things to break you or make you. You gotta let these things make you who you are. No, I didn't have my pops always in my life like that. So I didn't have the direction. But you know what? I had to go out there by myself and get a job. I had to go out there by myself and teach myself how to become a man. It's not always going to be easy. But you know what? God gives you a will, and God will always make a way. It's up to you if you really want to take your life seriously, King. You don't have to be perfect, but get the job done. Get the job done. If you got a family at home, you got kids, get the job done. Look, the one thing I can say about life is that you're always gonna have something you're gonna go through, but it's how you handle it. It's how you're gonna go about the situation. Don't let the situation stop you from becoming your greatest self. You know, keep working, keep grinding. Eventually, you're gonna get where you need to be. You know, I remember years ago, I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna go to New York City. One day I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna become somebody big, and I did. But you know what? It wasn't in the way that the Most High saw it. He said you could be bigger than this. The way what you're going through, you get distracted. You know, you get distracted. You start hanging around with the wrong people, the wrong, doing the wrong thing, and then boom, you're back to square one. The one thing you gotta understand about life is that it's all about the decisions you make, bro. If you're not making the right decisions, if you're not aligning with your purpose, if you start doing things that don't help you out or don't help your life get better, you're not gonna get where you need to go. You gotta follow this purpose. Once you follow the purpose, everything with money, everything with fame, everything with fortune will come into fruition. But you have to do the work. You have to do the work. It's not an overnight skill. If it was overnight, everybody would be rich. And it wouldn't even mean nothing if it was overnight. You know what I mean? Like what you gotta understand is that what you guys are chasing is positivity. So we gotta start doing the things we love. You know what I'm saying? You want people to love you. You want people to buy your merch. You want to have people tell you compliments. Have that in yourself, and then all the things that you see from from getting congratulated, all of that is gonna come. Love yourself. Find that in yourself. Find that in your dreams, your goals, your passions. All that's gonna come. You want to be in love. Love yourself, and then the world will love you. How can I be in love with another person if I can't be in love with myself? You're in love with somebody else, but you don't love you. The only people in this planet that you're supposed to be loving more than yourself is your family and the people that you love. There's something in you that you're not learning to accept. There's something that you gotta accept that you are the problem. No, it's not their fault. No, it's not. It's not. Oh, I'm hanging around with the wrong people. Yeah, they're the wrong people because you keep coming around them. If you became the man, they'd be waiting to come around you and change their life. You got to become the man. Become the man. Become become the breadwinner. Become the champagne, the bottle of champagne. Every time I pour my bottle of champagne into your cup, you're getting good energy. That's what you gotta understand. Life is what you make it. If it wasn't for me going through what I had to go through, going through those dark tunnels, going through those storms, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be who I am today. I had to go through, and I'm still going through things to where it's gonna only shape me to become a better man. I had to go by myself. Brother went to jail. You heard? Stuck out here in the New York City jungle. No Wi-Fi, no internet. I'm out here. I'm out here. Yeah, I have a roof on my head, but there's no food in the refrigerator. Gotta go get food. Gotta get a job. Gotta get something going. Gotta figure it out. You gotta let your motivation. You gotta let your situation motivate you. Stop all that crying. Stop all that having a sob story. Stop all that wanting niggas to feel your situation. Stop all that. Use use your situation as fuel. Yeah, I'm coming from the mud. I'm coming from the struggle. I'm coming from the bottom. And this is the energy I'm gonna put it towards the music. This is the energy I'm gonna put towards the grind, the basketball game, the streaming, whatever the case may be, or what it is. I'm gonna use my situation to motivate me to become better. It's your boy Showtime Minds 9. I hope you guys love what I got going on, because it's gonna be only bigger and better. It's only gonna get crazier and more spectacular. I'm locked in with YouTube this year. I'm locked in with my purpose this year. I'm locked in with what I got going on this year. You gotta do the work. I gotta do the work. No, I ain't made it yet. No, I ain't where I wanna be yet. But you know what? We're gonna get close. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're grinding every day. We're streaming every day now. I didn't even know I could stream like this, but I found a way. I found a way. And there's going to be better ways. Shout out to Speed, man, because he's the reason why I wanted to start streaming. But, yeah, man, you know, nobody's perfect, dog. Amen, shit, man. Okay. Mhm. It's another thing I want to talk about. You might have something in your life you got going on right now where every time you leave this situation, you just feel like you're doing better. You do better when you leave this situation. You feel like every time you go back to the situation, it's like deteriorating you, reminding you of your fate, reminding you of how who you used to be. King, you have to get away from these type of people. Or it might be something you do. It might be a fucking a vice you have, like alcohol, like drugs, whatever the case may be. Every time you stop, every time you learn how to do something new, every time you try to start being positive, and then you resort to that thing, it just makes you worse than who you are. I come to you today to be like, look, man, if there's anybody in this world that can help you, it's the man above. It's the higher power. It's the most high. It's God. You can't do this challenge alone. See, a lot of people, they be like, they believe in God, they do this, they do that, but they don't know what it's like to really put action in, really get on their knees, really get in a. They only do it when it's bad times. You got to learn how to have a relationship with God without that. You got to be able to come to God when you're making decisions. Yo, God, I know I got this alcohol problem. Can you help me eliminate this out of my life? That's all it takes. You talk to God about it, then you take the action. You put your foot forward. You get yourself in that mode to do grace. It starts with you. You can't just talk to God and then it's not something that just magically happens. You got to put the work in. God, I got this dream. I got, we back, we back. But you gotta wanna, you gotta wanna come to God when you got things you want in your life, or you gotta, you gotta come to God when you making certain decisions in your life. Like, God, should I make this decision? Is this decision the right decision to make? You gotta start looking at life different. You know what I mean? You gotta start doing things when they are needed. You know, don't only talk to God when something bad or you need something. Talk to God when when good things are going on. Thank you, God, for what you did for me. You know what I'm saying? Without you, I'm nothing. You know what I mean? Listen, look, people people put a band-aid on a lot of things, you know. The one thing about God is that I know it's hard to believe in God sometimes because the dark days, the things that happen, you be like, why would this happen? What you gotta understand is that we have no control over God's work. All we can do is lead this passage and focus on what's going on in our journey, you know. And I'm not no sit here and I'm a Christian. I just believe in God and Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I go to church every Sunday and I look. All you gotta do is have your own relationship with the higher power. Read your Bible, learn about the Word, use it, and help it apply into your life. and be a good person in here. Learn how to master your flaws. Learn how to master your flaws. It's another thing. Learn how to master your flaws. That's another thing that we have not been taught as men, black men especially. You know what I mean? There's a lot of flaws we have, like lust. There's a lot of flaws we have, like like negative speech. As men, we gotta start fixing these little things. The little things in our life we fix will make mean matters in the future. You don't even know. You can't even attract certain people in your life because the type of person you are. When you come around females, you think too sexual. You think too too odd future. Like you just think out of you just think crazy. What I need you to do is learn how to master these desires. Sometimes men don't talk about this, but some of us have trauma. How do we deal with this? How do we put up with this fire we got in us? A lot of us have trauma from not having our mom around, our dads around, our family around. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? Through meditation, breath work, mastering the parts of our body where we feel the trauma at. Yoga is a good thing to start doing. Following your purpose is what is good to start doing. How could you grow? How could you be out here trying to be something out here in the community or want to be a big athlete, YouTuber, or whatever the case may be, and you can't even master your desires? At some point, you're gonna get old, King. At some point, you're gonna get to an age where it's like, I'm doing all of this shit. I'm lusting after women. I'm doing all of this. Like I see all these people on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with what they do. Do your thing. Shark, whatever the case may be. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Have girls on the podcast. Have girls on the stream. I'm gonna definitely have girls on the stream. But it's also good to have a balance, King. You gotta have a balance. You can't just be out here doing things and you don't know how to control yourself. How you going how you gonna be out here talking to girls and you can't even control you? You can't even control you. Control you first. Get your money up first. Get your emotions up first. Get rich in spirit. Get rich in spirit. I'm spiritually rich. I'm spiritually rich. Once I get spiritually rich, once I become knowledgeable, the knowledge that I get from upgrading myself, anything with cars, anything with clothes, anything with becoming the greater version of me, it's just gonna come naturally. But you gotta allow it. You got to allow it. You got to be able to separate and focus on you. You got to be able to be the odd one out of the pack and separate yourself. Damn, why he moving like that? Damn, why he cut himself off like that? Why he ain't talk to us no more? Cause I'm in the gym with my life. Look at me, bro. Do you see what the fuck I look like right now? I'm chilling with y'all and I should be getting some money. I'm chilling with y'all and I should be having something going on. I don't got nothing going on hanging out with y'all. So I had to go on a hiatus. I had to go I had to go on a 30-day lock-in. Maybe longer than that, depending on who y'all are. I gotta do what I gotta do. If I want to become famous, if I want to become rich, if I want to become a big time person where everybody loves me, whatever the case may be, I gotta be able to separate myself at these certain times because that's what it's gonna take for me to become who I want to become. But you know what? If you got people in your life that question you for doing what you do and not saying nothing and or saying stuff about you behind your back, these ain't the people you want to be around long term, anyways, bro. So it's better for you to separate early when you don't got it, and when you do got it, and just focus on you. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people, yo, listen. Some people you just gonna have to cut off, bro. There's a lot of people in your life that you're just gonna have to cut off. You're just gonna have to cut these people off. You're just gonna have to because they just don't fit and where you trying to go. You know what I mean? It's your boy Showtime Ice 9. I'll be back with another stream another day. You know what the fuck it is, man. We outside, man. Bow.